Welcome into the North Georgia High School Kickoff Show. Preparing for Week 5 here. Jake West, Director of Team FYN Sports, joined today by Ryan Cobbett. Ryan, thanks for taking time out and being on the show with us this week. You've been covering Dawson County for us. Just quickly before we get into some of last week's games, how are you liking Coach Maxwell's staff and getting to know some of the players over there in Dawson County?
They got a good team over there, good group of boys. They're workhorses. Maxwell does things, right over there. He's got a good group of kids. I think they're gonna, compete in that region and probably have a chance to come out on top.
Yeah, I agree. That region is very fluid though as a whole, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But let's take a look back at some games that occurred last week, starting off with Region 7 AA. Rockmart and Dalton, very high-scoring game, 63-42. Rockmart Yellow Jackets came away with a win there. A lot of people predicted them to win, but I don't think anybody saw them dropping 60 on Dalton. So Rockmart is as advertised. They kind of stumbled out of the gate in Week 1, but ever since then, they've been back on the horse. Tryon 57, Gordon Central 0. Everybody saw that coming. Gordon Central, bottom of the barrel in 7 AA. Harrelson played a very good private school team. They came away with a loss in that one, but they showed some flashes of some brilliance. And Harrelson, the other Rebels in 7 AA are going to be a tough out, especially when it comes to the region schedule. North Murray, a team that normally puts up a lot of points, only was able to find the end zone twice against Northwest Whitfield as they fell 35-14, and that does not bode well for North Murray. Their offense has been, that's what they rely on to win ball games. They might allow you to score 50, but they're going to score 54 just like they did in the game against Pickens. But weren't able to find the end zone much at all in the game against Northwest Whitfield, and Northwest is a very good football team. But North Murray just got to put some things together defensively if they want to vie for the number 2 seed behind Rockmart and get that home playoff game. Fannin County was off last week, but this week they are going to be playing Murphy High School, where I went to school over in Western North Carolina, as they host the Bulldogs. Bulldogs coming off a win over in South Pittsburgh, Tennessee, where they beat the defending 1A state champs. So that's going to be a very good football game on Friday night in Blue Ridge, and we're going to talk about that one and preview it a little more when Tim Tao joins us here in a minute. Rockmart, maybe the game of the week, Rockmart versus Irwin. I think that's maybe a pick 'em. I'm not even sure who's going to be favored in that one. It's going to be a really good football game, and I think we're going to have some guys on. Lawrence Morgan, he's going to talk about that one at the end of the show. Model at Tryon, that's going to be another good football game. You're going to find out just how good Model is, and if Model actually can make a push for that 4th playoff spot in the region if they're able to hang with Tryon. Tryon, a very good football team, as you saw last week. They hung 57 on Gordon Central. And then Chattooga is going to travel to Murray County. That could be Chattooga's lone win of the year, if I'm being honest. Chattooga's in a rebuilding year. But on the flip side of that, Murray County, this could be a game that they win, especially under Coach Napier, that could get them heading in the right direction as a program. Over towards the other side of the state, we've got Harrelson County as they are hosting Upson Lee. No, traveling to Upson Lee, sorry. That should be a get-right game for the Harrelson County Rebels as they travel to an Upson Lee team that is yet to win a game this year. A lot of good things happening in Region 7 AA, but and we thought heading into the season, even Coach Cheatham of Fannin County said that Region 7 AA is the SEC of AA. And while that still rings true, I think one of the more fun regions that's kind of taken everybody by surprise is the region that you're a part of, Ryan, in Region 7 AAA. Stevens kind of put it on Dawson last week, but I think Dawson was out there without their starting quarterback. Can you kind of give us a little bit of feedback as to what happened last Friday night. I know Stevens County is a very good football team, but Dawson County didn't have all their soldiers healthy on Friday night.
Yeah, that's very true. Stevens County, kudos to them. They're a great team. They're going to do some great things this season. They just dominated on both sides of the ball. They won the game in the trenches for sure. The Tigers did miss David Glass. The quarterback was out with an injury. So they shuffled between two quarterbacks. Neither one of them really found their stride. But yeah, Stevens, again, just a great team. Their offense is phenomenal. Their quarterback, he looks real good. Looks like he could play at the next level. But yeah, the region as a whole, very exciting. There's about 4 or 5 teams in this division that, can make some noise in the playoffs, when it comes down to the end of the season. And it's about to get real exciting over here as they all wrap up non-region play this week and head into region play the following week.
Yeah, Dawson, I believe, is on a bye this week, as are a lot of the teams in Region 7 AAA. Dawson's on a bye, Lumpkin's on a bye, Gilmer's on a bye. But, man, how about the Lumpkin County Indians? 4-0, big win last week against Temple. We kind of knew heading into this season that they would be better than last year, but Coach Heath Webb has completely turned that program around. And now, we knew they were going to win some games against some softer opponents, but the win last week against Temple just shows just how good they are. Temple is a very good football team, and traditionally they're hard to beat. So that 27-20 win for Lumpkin just shows you how good they are, and that's why I had them at number 1 in our Team FYN Sports power rankings. A lot of people could argue that it should be Dawson, and I think even I would admit that. But, just the recency bias and the way that Dawson has played so far and the way Lumpkin has played so far, that just kind of helped me give the Indians the edge in that one. Gilbert County, another team that's kind of taken the world by surprise, as they are 3-1. They kind of took it on the chin last week against a very good Ringgold team. I thought that they were going to be able to come away with the upset in that one, but they weren't able to find the end zone, and you got to score points if you want to win football games, especially in Region 7 AAA. All the other teams, I believe, are on a bye, or were on a bye that last week. We're going to hear Tim Tao come on in just a little bit and talk to us about West Hall and Union. Christian, who played this week. Christian Heritage travels to Pickens this Friday night. White County travels to Stevens. That's going to be a very good ball game. Ryan, you saw Stevens last week, so we'll find out what the Warriors are made of as they take it on the road to Stevens County. But I believe that's the only games in 7 AAA we're going to see this Friday night, as Dawson, Gilmer, and Lumpkin, as we mentioned, are on a bye.
And that White Stevens County is that's an important one. The Dawson coach will be paying attention to that as they travel to White County in a couple weeks. So that's going to be and that could possibly be the deciding game of the region, as both of those two teams are powerhouses.
Yeah, definitely. Traditionally, they've been 1-2 in the region for quite some time. And it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be fun to see if the Warriors can hang with Stevens, because, if White County travels to Stevens County and comes away with a win, that's going to put the whole Region 7 AAA on notice, because heading into this year with all the transfers and things like that took place in White County, nobody was really sure what kind of team that they were going to field on Friday nights, but I think they sit at maybe 2-1 at this point in the year.
Yep.
So White County's another team that surprised some people. This region is just so fun, and I know it's fun to be a part of and be there every Friday night covering Dawson County. You do a great job. If you're interested in reading Ryan's articles, his post-game recaps and things like that, fetchyournews.com/Team FYN Sports. Go to the Dawson County page, and the write-ups will be there. But that's enough of that. Let's get into one of our games of the week here, as we are going to go to commercial and come back. Tim Tao and I will preview Fannin County and Murphy, North Carolina here when we come back.
B&M Metals has been serving the Southeast for almost 50 years. From metal roofs and panels to gutters and metal accessories, B&M Metals is your one-stop shop for all things metal. They pride themselves on providing great service and quality at a competitive price. Give B&M Metals a call at 706-864-6068 or visit them at 6195 Highway 52 East in Murrayville or at bmmetalroofing.com. B&M Metals, protecting everything that matters to you most.
The red tag sale is back.
Who's that guy?
His name is Red Tag. He's here to save some green. He's slashing prices left and right for the home of your dreams. Save thousands on select in-stock homes, that's what we say. If you want to save some green, just look for the man in red.
My name is Gary.
Don't.
Save thousands on select homes at the Red Tag sale.
At Circuit World, we offer a wide selection of major appliances, name brands like Whirlpool, LG, Frigidaire, and more. Looking for furniture? Come by and browse our showroom or check out the Endless Aisle, a touchscreen kiosk with thousands of options. Need electronics, gaming computers, laptops, desktops, tablets? We have it all. OLED or QLED, 4K or high def. We have the selection to get you the TV of your dreams. And don't forget, at Circuit World, your credit is always good. So ask about our convenient payment options and 120 days, same as cash. Come see us today at one of our 5 area locations.
The wait times are shorter, so get to Days and pre-order your new Chevy today. Days Chevrolet in Jasper is your pre-order headquarters. If Chevy builds it, we can reserve your slice of happiness right now. And as soon as your new Chevy rolls off that truck, we'll deliver it right to you. So get it done. Pre-order your new Chevy today at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done. Find new roads.
Are you looking for expertly decorated gifts you'll love with your custom design or logo? Graphic Expressions in Blue Ridge is your go-to place for custom apparel, accessories, gifts, and much more. Graphic Expressions is located at 3640 East 1st Street in Blue Ridge, or give them a call at 706-946-4605. Graphic Expressions, unrivaled customer service, pure brand awesomeness.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
North Georgia Metals has been serving the Southeast for over 40 years. From metal roofs and panels to gutters and metal accessories, North Georgia Metals is your one-stop shop for all things metal. Give the team at North Georgia Metals a call at 706-276-1633 or visit them at 15544 Highway 515 South in Ellijay or on the web at northgeorgiametals.com.
Tell us his thoughts on this upcoming Fannin County football game where they host Murphy Bulldogs from Western North Carolina. Tim, appreciate you joining us. Just give us your thoughts. Fannin's coming off of a bye week, coming off a huge win versus Pickens, but they stumbled out of the gate, losing 2 games to 2 bitter rivals in back-to-back weeks.
Yeah, if you'd asked me at the middle of August, that Fannin was going to be 1-2 and coming into Murphy, would be like, man, that's a little bit disappointing. And I definitely wouldn't think we would have losses to Gilmer and Union and a victory over Pickens. However, the Rebels are riding a lot of momentum. Beating Pickens County was huge for the Rebels, coming into the game as a big underdog. But this game Friday night is going to be a lot of fun. Everything that Fannin County, despite being 1-2, is everything they want is still right in front of them. They've got their quarterback situation figured out. And it's the same for Murphy. Murphy obviously wanted to beat Franklin week 1, but still everything they have is still right in front of them. A conference championship and a state championship are still within reach. So it's going to be a fun game, and I'm very excited to dive into this game, Jake.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun. Obviously, week 1, both teams struggled. Murphy took it on the chin 24-7 against Franklin. Franklin's a team that Murphy never can seem to get over that hump and win. That's a game they play right out of the gate almost every year. But I'm right there with you. I think, like you said, I would have been very shocked to hear if you'd have told me that this summer that Fannin would have lost to Union Gilmer and then beat Pickens and was coming into this after their bye week at 2-1. But you mentioned they've got their quarterback set. Elijah Weaver is on pace to break a lot of records, and him and Corbin Davenport are the hottest duo in 7AA and maybe all of AA football over in Georgia.
Yeah, at the beginning of the year, Lawson Sullivan was going to be the quarterback for Fan. Lawson unfortunately suffered an injury. The Rebels went with Corbin. It's no secret the Union game, and he still played a little bit of quarterback too. But Elijah Weaver, what a performance he had against Gilmer and Pickens. And there's a lot of rumors, or no, not rumors, but it's hard to prove fact. But the 93-yard touchdown pass for Weaver to Davenport is one of the longest plays in school history, and it may be the longest pass play in school history. So kudos to those guys for on that connection 2 Friday nights ago against Pickens. Those two guys are hot, but you got other guys besides Weaver and Davenport. Carson Callahan has come on strong, really strong in the backfield. You'll see Cole Green also have some carries, probably along with Bryson Holloway and Cade Sands. Cade Sands is a guy who plays both ways for the Rebels. Much like the Ledford and Elaney kid who we'll see, who I'm sure you'll elaborate on here, Jake, from Murphy as impact players. It's going to be fun to see. But there's a lot of other guys that are playing well right now for Fannin, and stumbled out of the gate, but it's not got this team down at all. If anything, it has motivated them, and they're laser focused. I've been around the team a lot, and going back to what we were saying, if you had told me this team was 1-2, I would have said their focus wouldn't really be there, but that's not true at all. They are laser focused, and obviously you can credit that to head coach Chad Cheatham and his leadership.
Yeah, I think actually we'll talk about the Murphy kind of impact players and stars here in a second. But one thing I wanted to ask you about, Tim, and talk to you about was, I think this game is going to be won and lost at the line of scrimmage, and I'm really excited to see the Fannin offensive line versus the Murphy defensive line, and the Murphy offensive line versus the Fannin defensive line. The Murphy offensive line is really coming into their own. Mason Thrasher, Jeremiah Dickey, Kyle Willard, some of those guys, Gabe Chastain. If Jonathan Hamby is able to get healthy, I'm not sure if he'll be suiting up Friday night. He didn't last week against South Pittsburgh, but nonetheless, the line play.
He's a TikTok famous guy, right? He's a TikTok famous guy.
Yeah. The line play is going to be what wins this football game on Friday night. If you ask me, I don't think it's. Obviously, there's a lot of other factors that go into it, but if you boiled it down to one thing, what's going to make the difference? It's going to be whose line shows up, and I mean, who wants it more? Who's going to go out there and play bully ball? Because I mean, if Murphy is going to win Friday night, that's what they've got to do. That's what they do every Friday night. They go out there, they run that smash mouth football. They try to run the ball down your throat, and they've been getting the passing game involved a little more with Cole throwing the ball around. He throws perfect balls almost every time. It's just receivers haven't been there yet with as young as they are. But him and Will Johnson have hooked up a couple times. Hunter Stalk out of the backfield. But what it really boils down to for me is line play. And the Murphy offensive line is really coming up big as of late. But you mentioned star players, Tim. Murphy's going to be without one Friday night and for the rest of the season, as Ty Laney suffered a leg injury Friday night versus South Pitt in the second quarter. He's done for the year. But just a quick status update. He did come out of surgery last Saturday, and he was able to walk under his own power. So they're saying 3 to 4 months recovery time. So college football is still in the cards if God were to allow that to happen. But just a heartbreaking loss for a Murphy team that kind of looked like they were finally starting to put all the pieces together.
Yeah, and on behalf of Fannin County, I know head coach Chad Cheatham sent out a tweet earlier on Saturday morning, wishing well wishes for him, and I believe the Fannin County community has a gift basket that we're going to present Laney on before the game on Friday. So, and that's one thing I like, Jake. Fannin and Murphy haven't met, have only played 4 times, but there's a lot of respect between the two programs. I think in this area, obviously Murphy's tradition is in a league of its own. So what Coach Gentry built, people so much respect, and Coach Watson's doing a great job of carrying that tradition on. So, but it's great to see that there's a respect between the two schools, and even though we're only 30 minutes apart, that I wish this matchup happened more often. And just kind of talking about that, Murphy leads the all-time series 3-1. Last time we played was 2013 at David Gentry Field, and Murphy absolutely destroyed Fannin. They put 65 points on Fannin, 65-35. That may be one of the most all-time high-scoring games at that place, Jake. That's a lot of points. Fannin's lone win against Murphy came in 2011. 34-28. I believe that was the year Murphy actually won state that year and was ranked number 1 at the time. Correct me if I'm wrong there. But, hard to believe that this is just going to be the 5th all-time meeting between the schools. Now, West Fannin and Murphy met several times, Jake. They met 18 times, and Fannin didn't have much luck there, as Murphy defeated West Fannin 15-2, and they tied 1 time. So, not a lot of history between two schools that are separated, but I think there's a lot of respect between the two programs.
Yeah, in 2011, Murphy went on to win the state championship, and I guess that would have been 2011-2012 season. And the last time these two teams played, Murphy they went back to state championship, but they lost to Plymouth. So not the best times for Fannin to be catching Murphy. That was when they went on a little run of, I think, back-to-back state championships. But yeah, the tradition and Coach Cheatham and his staff and just the whole administration of Fannin County has done a great job of building up a tradition of Fannin County football that I feel like when I was in high school, and maybe not even 10 years ago, wasn't really there. But now just the atmosphere that happens in Blue Ridge on a Friday night is something that, it's really something to experience. And when the cannons go off, the lights start going crazy. The ugly announcer starts saying third down. It's a really fun thing to be a part of. So I'm really looking forward to it on Friday night. Murphy's going to travel well. Obviously, Fannin's going to pack it out. So it's going to be a full house Friday night for sure.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be many seats open at all, and that's one thing I love about high school sports is the traditions, the two communities coming together. It's going to be an amazing scene, Jake. These guys, obviously none of these guys have ever played against each other, but they know each other. When you live so close to each other, these guys follow each other on Instagram. They know that they follow each other on Twitter. They see the stuff about Murphy. They see the stuff about Fannin. They already, honestly, before Coach Cheatham and Coach Watson started breaking down film, these players probably knew more about each other, the opposing teams, than the coaches did at the time. That's how close these communities are. But it's going to be an amazing scene. And it's going to be a good football game. I think Fannin favored by 6. I think that was the latest that I've seen. Jake, correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't really actually looked at the latest projections on that, but I think it's going to be a great football game.
One thing I wanted to say, Tim, you mentioned none of these kids have ever played against each other, but on the flip side of that, some of them have played with each other. As Corbin Davenport, you mentioned him earlier. He's from Murphy, moved over to Fannin, I guess, in middle school. And so these guys, they know each other very well. I was talking to some of the Murphy kids earlier, and they were talking about, how they were friends with Corbin, and they were excited to play at Fannin on Friday night. And, all the stars are aligning for this to be a great football game. After the first week, I know both of us were kind of down with Murphy losing to Franklin and Fannin losing to Union, but coming off 2 big wins last week, or the last time both these teams were on the field, as Fannin really put it on Pickens, and Murphy was able to come away with a good win against defending Tennessee state champs in South Pittsburgh. I think all the stars are aligning for this to be a very fun, very close football game. I know we're probably neither one of us is going to agree on the score, but I think we can agree that it's not going to be a blowout by any means.
No, and I don't know if I even want to throw a score prediction out there, but I do think obviously I'm not going to pick Murphy, and it's kind of just like I was telling the guys for Pickens 2 weeks ago. I pull for Pickens 364 days out of the year, and usually I pull for Murphy 365 days out of the year, but it'll be 364 days this year. A lot of respect to that football program, and it's just it's amazing what Murphy, North Carolina has done in football. I wish this matchup happened more often, Jake. Like I said, it's just a 5th all-time meeting. 2 years ago when Fannin had the good run and Murphy won the state championship, I would have loved to have seen that matchup. It's just so much talent from both schools over the last few years, and obviously the many years from Murphy. But I hope they continue this rivalry. I think next year Fannin will go to Murphy, but I hope this is a game that happens more and more often. And I think we're going to see on Friday night that Fannin County is going to make a lot of money off this game, and Murphy would make the same. Will make the same next year. So it don't matter if it's on ETC, Rebel TV, Team FYN Sports, or radio station. People are going to pack the stands out, and this is a big money game for both schools. And I just hope this matchup keeps happening. I would like to see these schools meet more in other sports too. I think we do play in girls basketball. I think we've scrimmaged and boys basketball, excuse me.
Yeah.
But I would love to see this matchup in baseball, and all the other matchups as well, and all the other sports as well. It just makes too much sense. 2 schools separated. Obviously we border Cherokee County and Fannin County border. Between Fannin County and Murphy High School, it's 25, 30 minutes at the most. So I just would love to see this matchup more. I wish we had it a few years ago, but hey, we got it in 2022, and we're going to make the best of it on Friday night.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun. Stands are going to be packed. Get there early. And if you're watching, it is going to be live on Rebel TV on YouTube. Fannin County schools put that on every week. as they try to travel around and do all the football games live, and they do a very good job. So tune into that on Rebel TV, YouTube. But I really encourage you to make the trip. It's very good for both programs when you are able to come out and watch the game. So
come to the game and then watch it afterwards on YouTube. That's the best advice. I that's what I do.
Yeah, there you go.
But now, Jake, I'm excited. Hope to see you. Looking forward to seeing Brandon. We're excited to host Murphy, and it'll be a great time.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. I think we're gonna go to break, and when we come back, we're gonna talk some Rockmart and some other things with Lawrence Morgan with Northwest Georgia football, if I'm not mistaken, right, Tim?
Yeah, and a few others from the crew at Northwest Georgia. We're going to talk about other games in that area. It should be a fun segment.
All right, let's take a quick break.
B&M Metals has been serving the Southeast for almost 50 years. From metal roofs and panels to gutters and metal accessories, B&M Metals is your one-stop shop for all things metal. They pride themselves on providing great service and quality at a competitive price. Give B&M Metals a call at 706-864-6068 or visit them at 6195 Highway 52 East in Murrayville or at bmmetalroofing.com. B&M Metals, protecting everything that matters to you most.
The red tag sale is back.
Who's that guy?
His name is Red Tag. He's here to save some green. He's slashing prices left and right for the home of your dreams. Save thousands on select in-stock homes, that's what we say. If you want to save some green, just look for the man in red.
My name is Gary.
Don't.
Save thousands on select homes at the Red Tag Sale.
At Circuit World, we offer a wide selection of major appliances, name brands like Whirlpool, LG, Frigidaire, and more. Looking for furniture? Come by and browse our showroom or check out the endless aisle, a touchscreen kiosk with thousands of options. Need electronics, gaming computers, laptops, desktops, tablets? We have it all. OLED or QLED, 4K or high def. We have the selection to get you the TV of your dreams. And don't forget, at Circuit World, your credit is always good. So ask about our convenient payment options and 120 days, same as cash. Come see us today at one of our 5 area locations.
The wait times are shorter, so get to Days and pre-order your new Chevy today. Days Chevrolet in Jasper is your pre-order headquarters. If Chevy builds it, we can reserve your slice of happiness right now. And as soon as your new Chevy rolls off that truck, we'll deliver it right to you. So get it done. Pre-order your new Chevy today at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done. Find new roads.
Are you looking for expertly decorated gifts you'll love with your custom design or logo? Graphic Expressions in Blue Ridge is your go-to place for custom apparel, accessories, gifts, and much more. Graphic Expressions is located at 3640 East 1st Street in Blue Ridge, or give them a call at 706-946-4605. Graphic Expressions, unrivaled customer service, pure brand awesomeness.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
North Georgia Metals has been serving the Southeast for over 40 years. From metal roofs and panels to gutters and metal accessories, North Georgia Metals is your one-stop shop for all things metal. Give the team at North Georgia Metals a call at 706-276-1633 or visit them at 15544 Highway 515 South in LJ or on the web at northgeorgiametals.com.
All right, we're back here on the North Georgia Kickoff Show by Team FYN Sports. I'm Tim Tao, joined by most of the Northwest Georgia and Team FYN Sports crew, Benton Burge, Lawrence Morgan, RJ Casey, and Chris Napier. A lot of games this week, a lot of fun right before region play really gets kicked off. We're going to dive in and talk about a bunch of games real quick in this segment here. Start off with a segment with Jake and I just talked about. Fannin and Murphy, North Carolina, two teams that haven't met in a while. Should be a fun matchup. I'll go ahead and give my prediction. Just picked it again, but I'll pick it again. Give me the Rebels. Give me the Rebels. Big win for us on Friday night.
Yeah, I've talked about it before, but I'll say it again. I think that I don't know a whole lot about North Carolina football, but I will say this. I know when you're going over state lines like that, sometimes the level of competition can be a little higher. So I like Fannin, and I think they got everything going in the right direction after the last couple of weeks' games. And I think Fannin's going to be one of the teams that we thought they were going to be in the beginning of the year, at the end of the year.
Yeah, I have to agree with y'all too. Following Jake last week, I saw where, one of the best players at Murphy got hurt. That's not going to help him for sure. Fannon's a tough place to play, man. Fannon's a 6-point favorite. I like Fannin to cover the 6.
RJ.
Yes, sir. I'll go Fannin. Like Ben said, I'm not too familiar with North Carolina football and all that, and I know Murphy, like Lawrence said, lost that young man for the season with his bad injury, and but they're coming in against Fannin, cross state rival of some sorts, I'd say, right, Tim?
Yeah, there's a lot of mutual respect there. We haven't met in a few years, only 5th all-time meeting. Of course, we border counties and state border, and separated by about 20-25 minutes. But a lot of people know everybody, and I would say it's a rivalry, but it's a respectful rivalry for sure.
Yeah. So I'd think Fannin wins, but you never know with Murphy coming in. They're going to play for that kid that got injured. They're gonna come in fired up, playing for him, trying to get wins for him. But I think Fannin's sort of rolling right now. They're coming off bye week, right, Tim? And then they're gonna roll in the region play with a big win against Murphy.
I'm gonna go with Fannin. I like Georgia football over North Carolina football. I got to see Murphy a couple years ago, and I think I'm going to go with Fannin at home.
Next matchup here on the ticker, Raven at Herd. Raven County doing a lot of traveling this year to the west side of the state. I think Raven's just a different animal. I think they're one of the best teams in the state, and I would not be surprised if they're playing for a state championship this year. I got Raven and big.
Yeah, they are doing a lot of traveling this year, but they're also doing a lot of lighting up the scoreboard no matter where they go. So they're going to put points up, and I think they will again this week in convincing fashion with a W. I'll take Raven.
Yeah, I think we saw how big that win over Daresville was last week with the Daresville beating Cass. I mean, I think Raven County is heads and shoulders above 99.9% of the teams in the state right now. I think they win big.
Yeah, I'll take Raven. I looked earlier, and Lawrence, you probably got pulled up. I think they're almost a 24-point favorite over in this matchup. So they're rolling pretty good. That QB wide receiver combo is setting records and stuff over there. So I think they roll in this one.
Yep, I'm going Raven. It's going to take a lot to stop that offense, and I don't see them getting stopped anytime soon.
Fun one right here. Irwin at Rockmart. Two teams who are no stranger to success. Obviously, we've all watched Irwin County in the state championships the last few years. Love watching them matchups with Brooks County. Rockmart, man, JoJo Haynes, man, what a player he is. But they've got other weapons too. What is Irwin ranked in single A?
Second.
Yeah. Rockmart, anywhere from about 4 to 6, 4 to 8 in a lot of the rankings. I like Rockmart at home in this one, and I think they could even win by 2 touchdowns. I'm very high on Rockmart.
Yeah, I like Rockmart with all the athletes, but I think Irwin's going to come in there and match athleticism, and I think Irwin gets a close victory at the Rock.
Yeah, I think the thing that impressed me the most last week with Rockmart's win is, they scored 64 points, but they had 8 different guys score touchdowns. Yeah, I like Rockmart. If, the only bad thing about Rockmart this year is the penalty yardage. I hear they're averaging over 100 yards a game in penalty yards. If they get that corrected, I think they win by at least 10 to 12 points.
Yeah, if they get that corrected, they're going to be tough to stop. They've got a decent defense. They lost to Cedartown by a little bit, but seemed like it was a close game all the way throughout. Had to have a late score by Cedartown to pretty much put that one away. But I'm going with Rockmart. Rockmart's a slight underdog in this one to Irwin, and they're at home. I think they're going to ride the momentum off of a big win over Dalton and carry that into this one and get a win there.
I went with I picked Irwin earlier, and I'm going to pick him again here tonight. I like Irwin. I love that team that I watched last year. It make a run towards the state title. I think they're going to be too much for Rockmart. But if Rockmart pulls this off, they're going to have to be considered as a legit contender in Double A.
A lot of offense in Region 7 AA. It's going to be fun when Region play starts next week for sure. I'm excited to follow it. Next matchup here, Model at Trine. Is it? Did I read earlier? Trine 33-point favorite.
33-point favorite.
Chris, you start this one. We'll go in reverse order right here.
I am going with the Bulldogs at home. I think that 33-point favorite is just about right. They're tough. They're that tough.
I admittedly don't know too much about either team, but I see Trine is rolling quite easily so far in their games, and I think they roll in this one as well, and I think they cover that 33.
Yeah. Model has a good enough defense to pull the upset, but they'd have to score the points to do it. I don't think they can outscore Trine. I like Trine probably 33.
Trine has one of the most well-balanced offenses I've seen this year. They can throw the ball around. They got a couple guys that can make big-time plays on the outside. Then you got the bruiser and then the speedster in the backfield, along with the quarterback that can move well. I like Trine, and I think they probably cover it.
Hey, I will throw this out there, though. If Model wins, they will be the number 2 team in 7AA at the end of the year. If they win, I mean.
I like Model's defense a lot. I don't think Model can obviously score enough to keep up with Trine, but I do think Model covers. But I'm also going to pick Trine. Let's dive into this game a little bit. I think we can. Chattooga and Murray County. Ben, obviously, you know a little bit about Chattooga. Chris, I know you know a little bit more about Murray. Let's talk about this game for a little bit. What do you guys think is going to happen?
Well, I'll be down there Friday night. I'll be at the Murray Chattooga game. I think this is very evenly matched. I think both teams are looking to get their first win. I think home field advantage will play into it, and I like the Indians, the Green Indians, in this one. I'm going Murray.
Ben, sell us on Chattooga right here.
I think, I think if the line of scrimmage can create room for the running back, I think the running back is just he's a dynamic player. If you can get him a little space to run, he's shown that on the times that he has had ability to run. He hadn't had a lot of carries this year, so he should be fresh. Also, you're going to see for the first time the other night against Cahola Creek, we rolled out a different quarterback because Mr. Brady Gross, the starting quarterback, was also a senior. I think he's going to be done for the year with an MCL issue. So you're going to see a sophomore quarterback, and you're going to see a lot of sophomore and freshmen on. I think we talked about earlier in the year. There's 38 sophomore and freshmen on a team that has close to 50. So a lot of young talent that's going to grow up this season, and hopefully they can get them a W this week, and will be a positive week for the Red and Black Indians. I'll take Chattooga in that one, by the way.
I'm going to take Chattooga, and I think this might be one of the closer games of the week. I think Chattooga wins very, very close.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you look at the schedule that Chattooga's played, they've played a tough schedule. I mean, they're 0-3. I mean, but Temple and Cahola Creek, I mean, they're not bad teams. I think the Indians are just waiting to break out. I think they'll do it Friday night. The Red Indians.
I'll go with Chattooga as well. I think they can pull it together, get their first win, and maybe get some momentum headed in the rest of the year.
It'll definitely be a fun game to see. Harrelson at Upson Lee. Harrelson played Mary Parsons really well last week. I don't think that game we're giving Harrelson County enough credit, to be honest with you. 38-17, but I think Mary Parsons I saw was ranked 10th in 3A this week. So we may need to start respecting Harrelson County more than we're giving them for. I do not know nothing about Upson Lee, so go the other Rebels. Go Harrelson.
Yeah, I think one of the things I saw this week when I was looking at this game is how Harrelson played against Rabun County week 1. They only gave them 21 points in the first half, which if you look back on that, that's pretty good. I think the Harrelson defense is outstanding. I think their offense is yet to catch up. I think it's going to be really exciting in 7A play, 7AA play. But yeah, I like Harrelson Friday night.
I like Harrelson too. I did some research when we were talking about this game and the other one. Upson Lee did only lose to Lamar County 21-20. So, I mean, not a terrible team, but I think they're looking for their first win. And I think Harrelson will have enough to get that victory.
Yeah, I looked at this one long and hard. I'm going to go with Harrelson County. I like that defense. I think they get it done.
I'll go with Harrelson as well. I think they pick up a win, and I think it might be a little bit close, but I think Harrelson picks up a win.
Fun one here. West Hall visiting Union County. Union County, a team that has played a lot of North Georgia, Northwest Georgia schools already in Armucci and Fannin. They did suffer a loss to Lumpkin. West Hall in a tough region. Region 7 AAA, they have I think they're going to have their work cut out for them Friday night against a Union County team who's one of the more surprising teams in all of the state of Georgia. I think they were on the Georgia High School Football Daily this week for being one of the most surprised teams in their in the state. West Hall has lost to East Hall to start the season, and they beat Johnson 23-7, then lost to East Jackson 26-0. They got to make the trip up to Blairsville, and I think Union County wins by about 3 or 4 scores Friday night.
Yeah, I'll agree with you, Tim. I think they get it done up there in Blairsville. They look good last Friday night. throwing the ball around. Put 42 up on my boys out here. I like them at home.
Yeah, I agree. Just looking at Massey here, Massey has them as an 82% victory, about a 20-something point spread. So I like them to beat West Hall this week, probably 24 or 28 points.
Yeah, I'll go Union as well. Probably about 3 or 4 scores, like you said, Tim. West Hall is trying to find themselves, it seems like, and they got that one win with Johnson, but Johnson's also a team that's sort of trying to find themselves and struggling a little bit. So I think Union picks up another big win like they did last week.
I'm going Union. I'm going Union here. I think they've had a good start to the season, and I think they keep going.
Next game, Christian Heritage visiting Pickens. RJ, you want to talk a little bit about this one?
Yeah, it's another first time matchup for Pickens going up against Christian Heritage. I think both teams are needing a win. I think Pickens is desperate for a win right before region play. Coming in 0-3, they don't want to go 0-4 heading into a region play next week at Lumpkin, and Lumpkin's a team that's rolling. Hopefully, Pickens gets some kids back. They've got some kids on the D line that are very important to what they do that are out right now. Hopefully, they can start getting those kids back, help out the defense a little bit, because Christian Heritage, looking over them, they've got some impressive-looking athletes. They got a good young quarterback slinging it around and doing some great things for them. So I think it'll be a close one. I think Christian Heritage is about a 9-point favorite almost on the road. I think both teams match up pretty well. I think Pickens being at home finally after pretty much 4 weeks on the road, 4 weeks away, 3 on the road, and then coming off a bye week. I think they come in and pick up a win.
When I look at Christian Heritage, 1-2 on the season, 2 losses to North Cobb Christian and Darlington, which we know are pretty good teams, both undefeated at the moment. The win come against Temple, which is a good team with some electric athletes that they slowed down and only gave up 6 points to Cam Vaughn and Temple. So that leads me to believe that defense is pretty darn good. And in this game, I think I would have to go slide edge to Christian Heritage.
Yeah, I have to agree. I think Christian Heritage is pretty good, man. They played Darlington 14-7 at the end of third before they let it get away in the fourth. Held Cam Vaughn to 129 yards. I think Christian Heritage by a couple of scores Friday night.
Yep. I'm going to go with Christian Heritage as well. I like that passing attack. I think they put some points up.
Sorry, RJ, but I'm going Christian Heritage also. Hey, we're going to have to do rapid fire with these next few games here. We're coming up on a lot of time here. Let's go Northwest Whitfield, Darlington. I think it's going to be a good game. I like Darlington.
Yeah, Darlington at home. I like the line of scrimmage, and defense will be enough. I like Darlington.
Yeah, I picked Northwest on the show last night. I'm going to go Darlington so I can just be friends with everybody.
I'll go the former region mate, and I'll go Northwest Whitfield.
I'm going to go Northwest.
White County visiting a very good Stevens County, who's receiving votes in the top 10 in AAA. I saw this Stevens County team in person. They're a really good football team. I like Stevens County.
Yeah, I agree. I think those votes they're receiving are warranted, and I think Stevens County wins this one by probably 3 or 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, Stevens County.
Stevens County.
I'm going Stevens too. They're tough.
Pepperell and Temple. Give me Temple.
Hey, Cam Vaughn's explosive, but I think the Pepperell defense is is good enough to slow them a little bit and let their offense win the game. It's going to be a close one, but I like Pepperell.
Yeah, Pepperell.
I'll take Temple as well.
Attaboy, RJ.
I'm going Pepperell. I like that. Rushing attack.
Fun matchup. I wish we could talk more about this one. Dade and Swain. Swain County, home of Heath Schuler, former Tennessee ball. I think he's in politics now. I'm going Dade County though, and Coach Poston can't not pull for Coach Poston.
Yeah, I think Coach Poston and the Dade running game wins this one up in Swain.
Swain County, the home of the Deep Creek Campground. I'm going with Dade County.
I'll take Dade.
I'm going Dade. The Georgia boys show them guys up there in North Carolina how to play football.
Oh boy!
Our last game, Towns and Coosa. Give me Coosa Eagles.
You know, I said in the other show I was back and forth on this one, but I'm going to take Coosa as well. I think just enough athletes to score a little more than what Towns can put on the board.
Yeah, Coosa. I'll go Coosa Eagles.
Fly Eagles fly. They say that right. Go Coosa.
Yeah, I picked Towns last night on the show, and I'm going to go with Coosa tonight. I think Coosa can do it.
I love it. Guys, thanks for everybody for tuning in. This is a great segment, a lot of fun. Going to be an exciting week of football. Next week, region play starts to heat up, so we'll have tons to talk about next week. Thank you guys for tuning in on the North Georgia Kickoff Show. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow us on Team FYN Sports, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Everybody have a great week and get out and support you.
B&M Metals has been serving the Southeast for almost 50 years. From metal roofs and panels to gutters and metal accessories, B&M Metals is your one-stop shop for all things metal. They pride themselves on providing great service and quality at a competitive price. Give B&M Metals a call at 706-864-6068 or visit them at 6195 Highway 52 East in Murrayville or at bmmetalroofing.com. B&M Metals, protecting everything that matters to you most.
The red tag sale is back.
Who's that guy?
His name is Red Tag. He's here to save some green. He's slashing prices left and right for the home of your dreams. Save thousands on select in-stock homes, that's what we say. If you want to save some green, just look for the man in red.
My name is Gary.
Don't.
Save thousands on select homes at the Red Tag Sale.
At Circuit World, we offer a wide selection of major appliances, name brands like Whirlpool, LG, Frigidaire, and more. Looking for furniture? Come by and browse our showroom or check out the endless aisle, a touchscreen kiosk with thousands of options. Need electronics, gaming computers, laptops, desktops, tablets? We have it all. OLED or QLED, 4K or high def. We have the selection to get you the TV of your dreams. And don't forget, at Circuit World, your credit is always good. So ask about our convenient payment options and 120 days, same as cash. Come see us today at one of our 5 area locations.
The wait times are shorter, so get to Days and pre-order your new Chevy today. Days Chevrolet in Jasper is your pre-order headquarters. If Chevy builds it, we can reserve your slice of happiness right now. And as soon as your new Chevy rolls off that truck, we'll deliver it right to you. So get it done. Pre-order your new Chevy today at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done. Find new roads.
Are you looking for expertly decorated gifts you'll love with your custom design or logo? Graphic Expressions in Blue Ridge is your go-to place for custom apparel, accessories, gifts, and much more. Graphic Expressions is located at 3640 East 1st Street in Blue Ridge, or give them a call at 706-946-4605. Graphic Expressions, unrivaled customer service, pure brand awesomeness.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson